Okay. We will be beginning with our session, inshallah. So, how many are there? Okay, Shabnam is there, Sapnaz is there. Okay. So, let us proceed, inshallah. So, how many are ready now for the session? Come on, type in ready. Just a moment, I'm not able to find the chat option here. Okay, got it. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so in the last session, we were talking about multiple intelligence, and we tried to get involved in different types of intelligences. We were talking about visual intelligence, we were talking about linguistic, we're talking about physical and logical intelligence. So all the four intelligences we have completed. Now we need another four to talk about, right? We will be talking about our session. In this session, we are going to talk about intrapersonal, interpersonal, naturalist, and musical intelligence. Now, what is intrapersonal? What is interpersonal? All these things we will be learning about. Okay. So, how many are ready now? Come on. All those who have joined, be quick. And we are here to now talk about something very important, right? Yes. And this is going to be something, yeah. I hope you remember what is the physical intelligence or logical intelligence all about. Yeah. Reshma, Safnaz, are you there? Shabnam. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
Yes, I hope you have understood and now we can proceed with this. So I'll be sharing. Now we are going to talk about these people today. Yes. Now, can you see the screen? Who are these people? These are the celebrities that we all know. Right? How many are aware of Lata Mangeshkar, A.R. Rahman, Adnan Sami, Shivmani, right? We all know these people. Okay? So what are these all about? They are good at what? Singing. Singing, okay. Only singing? Only singing? What are they good at? Thank you, Reshma, for coming on your camera. That's good. Okay. They are good at music. Okay, so these people are good at music. So we will be talking about musical intelligence today. Okay, now what is musical intelligence all about and their characteristics? Now, how many of you like music here? How many of you like music? How many of you like to listen to music and you feel soothing? Any kind of music, like for example, it may be healing music, or there are different kinds, different kinds of music where you feel like listening to it. Yes, but listening to music is totally different from understanding music and expressing through music. Listening to music, most of us will like. 95% people will be liking music. I mean, we like to listen to music, but we don't distinguish the different types of musics, and we don't understand the rhythm or that, that beats and everything. We are not much familiar with this. How many of you agree with this? Right? We don't agree. We are not able to identify and distinguish. So musical intelligence is not about having only that particular that ability to just listen to music. It's about you are able to identify the sounds, different sounds, and you're able to distinguish them, and it is like how you are able to express through music, through rhythm, tone, the pitch. the structure of the music is understood very clearly by musical intelligence. Okay, now these people, they are, what happens is they are trying to respond to all kinds of human voices. They are able to identify different kinds of voices. In the environment also, they are able to capture all those minute, like the chirping of the birds also, everything for that matter. Okay, how the bird sings, everything. So maybe they are very good at mimicry also sometimes, these people, because these years they have more, I would say, the sense organs, that is, their ears are much more powerful. They are able to listen to all those minute songs and minute words and all that sounds, and then they try to express that. Okay, so this is something about musical intelligence, and it is like, they are able to give some meaningful messages to people around them through music. Okay, and this is very important for healing also. Like, most of us, we use this musical therapy. You might have seen about this, you might have heard about this. Music is also used as a therapy. Okay, so this is very important, and one of the intelligences which most of us are not aware of. You may be coming across students who are into this category. They may be singing well, they may be directing well, they may be good poets, they may be, on the spot, they are able to, write different types of, songs, and they are able to sing as well. Okay, these people. So all these belong to musical intelligence. Can anybody tell me what is the career opportunity that a person can expect from these kinds of?
Singer,
Pardon me, Taslima?
singer,
Singer, okay.
DJ,
DJs, okay.
Lyricist,
This is
lyricist,
okay. Then,
poet,
yes, a poet, okay. But poet, I would say it's like more of
linguistic,
language, okay. It's more of
linguistic.
language or linguistic intelligence, okay. But
Oh,
linguistic intelligence combined with musical intelligence creates an amazing combination again.
a pianist, a guitarist,
Yeah, yeah. Instrumental, any kind of instrumental, the operators, okay. Then, then.
music composer,
Anybody is aware of studio engineers? These are all the new age careers that we have. Okay, we have DJs, filmmakers, sound engineers. Somebody can become a music therapist as well, right? Those who are into music, they can become a musical therapist and a music teacher, a music composer, composing music, right?
yeah.
Composing music. And they can have so many, like rapper, different kinds of music. Rap music you have, just like that. Yeah, one who was indulged in all this. So there are so many qualities that we can have here. Okay, he can become a music, I mean, we can have an actress or an actor, musical theater actor or composer, music teacher, and film or instrument maker, creating instruments. Okay, and these things, don't demean this by saying that, okay, can can a songwriter or lyricist for that matter will not earn? Actually, they earn a lot. Okay, they can get name, fame, and success through these types of careers. Got it?
Mm.
Okay, and you have to identify what kind of intelligence a child has. Now, how will you identify whether the child is having musical intelligence or not? How will you identify?
They're interested in singing. They're interested in singing.
Yeah, they are interested in singing. They feel, yeah, of course. Then what else? What else can you think of?
Tapping, banging.
Yeah, when they are all the time
Yeah,
into,
all the time tapping the fingers.
yes, they
Food
are doing
payment.
some things.
They
Oh,
they involve their self more compared to the music. When they listen the music or listen
they
some song,
respond to that
they
stimuli.
involve their self so much that they start enjoying it very much compared to any other activities.
Absolutely right. That's an amazing answer. Can you all see if you can see your students, when any sound or music when they heard, they just do this dun, 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 and then start dancing sometimes, and they do, some kind of gestures all the time, one or the other way. They start maybe murmuring something. They start shaking their legs with the same beat. They do this, yes, the same beats. I used to have my classmate. She used to like this that song "Are Re Are Ye Kya Hua," Maine Na Ye Jana. That song. Okay, and whenever she heard that song anywhere, she used to start with that same beats. Dun, 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 dun. She used to do that, with the hands and all this. She used to beat like this, and later I saw that she's a great dancer as well, and now she is into all these film industry and that communication with she's with these celebrities these days. So I can find that in one way or the other, when you get the boost or you get the right environment, you get the right passion, and that passion is recognized and you get the right platform, then there is no limit except the sky. Okay, so that's how it reaches. For them, it is okay. Let us make that particular, platform so that child can reach to that level. Now, here we may be thinking, how many of you feel that, okay, music is haram, ma'am? Yes, I understand. Yes, now because since all of us believe in the same thing, music is haram, we understand this. There are two kinds of opinions also, which I don't want to get into according to the Sharia. Okay, so there are opinions, there are differences in the opinion, what kind of career opportunities. Maybe if it is not halal, you don't feel like this is halal, then you can use this in the halal form as well, right? Which can be, like, for example, you may be knowing about so many Islamic singers these days without music. They are offering, they are conducting so many, I would say, events where no music is there, but they are singers. Okay, and you can consider like that, or if you want to skip and you can consider this to be the secondary intelligence. And of course we are not having only one intelligence, right? The primary one, you can't say maybe now this is the primary one, but still you can choose something from the secondary as well. So it depends, okay, what kind of this you want to face, you want to, what kind of I would say, the intelligence you want to nurture, that you can consider it and then move forward. Jazakallah. Okay. And then next we will be moving to another one. Now, what is this? Can you guess these people now? Hasan, what problem?
Social reformers.
Okay, these are all social reformers or social workers. Yes.
Naturalist.
I don't think it is naturalist.
Leaders.
Readers. Okay.
Leaders.
Leaders. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Some kind of changes that they have brought in people, right? And what do you call these people who are getting connected to another people? Now, you might have seen some people, even if they are new in the class, they come, the newcomers. If you find few newcomers in the classroom, you might have seen they are very close to each other. They come and start talking, and they are very freely
Extroverts.
with people.
Influencers.
Yeah, they are
Extroverts.
influencers. They are,
Socialist.
yes, they are socialists. They get easily accustomed. They don't feel something new about these things. They feel like connecting with people more easily, right? These are the people who have got interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal means intercollegiate competitions. You can remember. What do you mean by intercollegiate competitions? Intercollege between two different colleges, right? So like that, it is interpersonal means between two or three people. So they are able to influence people. They are able to understand others' feelings, feeling that compassionate, they feel that compassionate, they are feeling for each other is too much. Now Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi ji, and you would have seen about Mother Teresa. These people, they felt the pain for others. That's how the social work what they did impacted so much, right? They were able to get that pain, they were able to do something for the people around them. There are people, there are students in your locality also. There may be somebody who may not talk much, but they're always there to help others in writing. Her hand was paining, mama, so I started writing for her, and my notes is incomplete. Have you all seen such people, such children? Why these children are there? Because they feel for others. Got it? That's how they are meant to be. I mean, that is an intelligence. Can you imagine that? Now, you might have told to your teachers, to your parents also, their children also, she's always nothing. She doesn't talk much. She is sitting quietly, silent. There's another character again. I'm talking about that as well, about intrapersonal. I'll talk. That also is one of the qualities like this. So here, what happens is interpersonal people, they get easily mingled with others. They get easily, they are linked. They can talk to people. They are actually, I would say, extrovert. They're not introvert. They are extrovert. They feel like talking to people, connecting with people very easily. They are able to understand each other well. They deal with other people. Okay, this is called the interpersonal skills. And what happens is they are able to bond with each other. They're able to build that connection. If you have seen, they influence so much that sometimes, I don't say they become dominant, but most of the time people consider them to be leaders. They just submit themselves. Others just feel like submitting themselves to these kind of people. Okay, I mean, they create that magical, I would say, relationship. That bonding becomes very close, and they are able to socialize with people. If you have seen some politicians, have you all seen such politicians? Very easily they are able to attract people. Very easily. I mean, they have that very good, that quality to attract their words. They use right kind of words, the expressions, what they do, the way they speak, everything. We feel like connecting with such people. Right or wrong? Yes. So identify what kind of intelligence here this child also might be having. Any child. Now, can you imagine any few things here, like any imagine, like your students who belong to this category, or your friends who belong to this category, who are having this kind of intelligence, who are able to capture people. They might have not got the same platform so that they can grow, but there are chances, there are high chances that these people, they can, if even if they get in the later stage also, if they get any chance, they will not leave. I had, recently, now this ongoing counseling session is going on with one of my clients, where a person who has just studied seventh standard, but she is nominated for, in the election also, and she stood for an election. And then we were also shocked. How come a seventh standard child, the person who studied seventh standard can go and reach till there? She's got a very good interpersonal skills. I'll tell you, Amazing skill she has. The way she speaks and how she needs to speak, everything she knows very well. That's how they are connected. Okay, so others' feelings, others, emotions are understood more. Now, can you imagine any 2 or 3 children who belong to this category? Just write down anybody who belongs to this category. Very small children may not be in that, you may not be able to identify LKG, UKG children. But apart from this, anybody else? Mashallah, Taslima. Okay. Okay. You did not write it here. Just write it for yourself. It's for you to identify. Why I'm telling you this particular task is once you start identifying it, I mean, initially you may not be finding it very easy, but then later on, when you just concentrate and see exactly what kind of child this person has, what kind of skill the child has, you will be able to identify each and every skill in the child. And inshallah, just make sure that you be there. Identify this. I mean, if you're able to get at least 3 students, able to get at least 3. Okay, Basma is there. Still, can you identify anybody else? Or your children who belong to this category? If you have your own children, can you identify whether my child also has got the same skill or not? They're able to, speak well in front of people, public speaking, anything for that matter, doesn't matter at all. I mean, that inborn trait will be there. If you see, for example, in a large gathering, they'll come and say, Mama, I'll do that dance or I'll do this. You know why? They are easily able to do it. Why? In front of people also. They feel like, okay, yes, I can do it. I can connect. Okay? That's how they do. Got it? Okay. Now coming forward, they are able to express an interest in teaching, social work, counseling, politics, and so on. Now, tell me what are the qualities or the career. One of my tuition students. Okay, great. Okay. Any career opportunities that you can consider in this field?
Social worker,
Yes, social workers.
Teacher.
They can become
social
NGOs,
reformer,
teachers. Absolutely. One who feels for others. How many are here with your cameras on? Yes. So you all will be claiming your certificates soon. I'll promise that I can give you the certificates within 1 week. Inshallah. Within 1 week, your certificates will be given to you. Okay. Okay. He can become a counselor. Very good. Yes, a counselor. Absolutely.
lawyer, ma'am, lawyer. Hello.
Lawyer to an extent. To an extent, I can say. Yes. Because they have to deal with litigations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So many clients that they have to talk to. Yes. Who else? Can I call a doctor also?
Agent, ma'am, agent like
Doctor.
Pardon me, Taslima.
agent kind,
Agent.
the middleman kind, the one who speaks like
The
in case
clergyman or the middleman, okay. Salesman, yes. Trainer, yes. Look at this. Public relation officer, salesperson, school principal, a sociologist,
and
therapist, a teacher, a religious leader. You might have seen these monks, these babas, these ustads, and so on.
problem
You must
solvers. Yeah.
connected with all these people, yes.
Yes. All those problem solvers like religious and all.
Okay, sometimes problem creators also. Okay, it happens. Ashura, you were telling something, Ashura? I can't hear you. Ashura, I can't hear you. So administrators, anthropologists, arbitrators, counselors, managers, nurse, personal director, politicians, psychologist, psychotherapist. Okay, anything for these, it can really help. Got it? Yeah, sure, Vinaya ma'am. No problem. No problem. Okay, 15 minutes. No problem. Okay. So, but take care. Vinaya ma'am, you're driving, take care. Okay. So these are some of the travel agents, as you said. Yes, these agents or these middlemen, clergymen, these people also can be these interpersonal skills can be of a good boon into their lives. Yes. Now, how many of you can relate people into this category who are into this? How many of you felt that, yes, my student is there? At least one or two. You got those names? One or two at least. Okay. Who else? Okay, Taslima has got, Basma has got, Shainaz has got. Then anybody else? Okay. Okay, Farida has got. Nice, nice. Reshma ma'am also. Okay. So keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. We will be discussing about these also, like the homework that I had given last time also. I will be discussing about that as well, because I'm sure you will be having a lot of doubts in that. Okay, so you can ask your doubts there. I will be there for you, inshallah. Now after this, we have to again guess another major intelligence that we have to talk about. Okay. Swami Vivekanand, Dhirubhai Ambani, Bill Gates, Alexander the Great. Okay.
Entrepreneurs, businessmen.
Okay. Swami Vivekanand also.
Philosophers.
Philosopher. Social reformers? I don't think so. Bill Gates, social reformer. Dhirubhai Ambani is not a social reformer. No.
Philanthropist. Philanthropist.
Okay, a philanthropist. Fine. These are all into intrapersonal. They don't talk much to people, but they learn about themselves. These have become entrepreneurs. These have become philosophers. These have become celebrities because they learned about themselves. They know about themselves more. They have the ability to understand their own soul. My feelings, my emotions, my knowledge, anything for that matter, I am able to understand it. Okay? Intrapersonal is nothing but knowledge about myself. Okay? And I'm able to adapt to anything which I need. Understood? So this is about myself. Now here also there are people who are very introvert, who don't talk much. We all again understand these also. Their moods, their intentions. Why I try to do this, maybe they are not able to express it, but they have that in the mind. They don't talk much, but it is there. They just silently start doing the work. Now, if you talk about Dhirubhai Ambani, the way his setbacks, if you think about the setback, if you understand where did he come from, his great grandfather and all those things, if you consider how he evolved, this matters. Got it? That's how we have to understand how he brought changes in his business, how he brought changes in his thoughts, in his lifestyle, especially, it was dark days in his life, how he changed everything. This was something that was profound in his life. And he brought the change because, see, I'll tell you, most of us, 90% people are not goal oriented. You know why? We don't know about our own goals. We don't even think about our own goals. How many of you have something called written goals in life? Do you have? If you have goals, at least I have my goals in life, at least you have thought of it, then you may be among those 8% people. If you have written down your goals, you are amongst those 2%. And rest of the 98 are just not bothered about the goals. So very few people have this intrapersonal skill. Talking about myself, knowing about myself, about my desires, what is my intention, what is my motivation, what am I? Why should I do this? My self-esteem and my self-image, everything matters. That's how they work on it. They start working on it. They start thinking about, start working on their thoughts, their emotions, why I should do this, about their feelings, emotions. They start studying it. They learn about their own patterns. Got it? And then they think, okay, I shouldn't be like this. Why am I like this? Why I feel like this? Children ask actually sometimes, if you have actually, noted down all these characteristics, sometimes children also ask, Mama, I want to sit quietly, but I don't feel like. Why is that? I want to talk, but I don't feel like talking sometimes. Why it is like this? Have you all seen such children? Maybe in the classroom, they might not have expressed it, but there are children who do this. Mama, I've actually, I feel angry, but I want to actually suppress, I want to control my anger, but I'm not able to. Have you all seen such children who are asking all these doubts? I didn't feel like actually fighting, ma'am, but it happened. I don't know how. Why? They are all, those impulsive acts, what they are into, they feel like asking about it. They want to know, explore about their own self. If you start facilitating, then it is easy for them to understand themselves in a deeper level. Now try to understand that this is an intelligence. Imagine, this is an intelligence. And if you don't allow the child to think about this, the child will not be able to understand. He's aware of his range of emotions, the characteristics here. He is able to identify and pursue the goals. And they are able to work independently. We've got an ethical value system. They know at right time what I should do and what I should not do. They strive for self-actualization. Okay, so these people all belong to intrapersonal. That's how silently they start working. Got it? They work on their own self. Now, these are all the career opportunities that a person can get. Clergymen, entrepreneurs, they can become program planners, psychiatrists, theologians, researchers, psychologists, okay, a philosopher, a researcher, yes, and a spiritual counselor as well. So there are multiple things a person can do with these things. Okay, one who understands his own self, he can become a great, great entrepreneur because they start planning according to their own understanding, their own needs. They know how to plan. They know about themselves. Why things are not happening like this? Why things are not happening? For him, it is happening, and why not for me? Now I have to work something on this. This is how they start thinking. Something out of the box, which others are not thinking about. If your children, students are asking you about themselves, make sure that the child wants to know more about himself. Now it's your responsibility to see that his interpersonal skills are affected. I mean, that's how you have to nourish. Shall we proceed with another one? Getting bored?
Mm.
Can you think of anybody here
ma'am.
in this category? Can you think of anyone in your school who belongs to this category? Any one or two? Because I'm sure all are not into this category. Very few people have this. Somewhere it's hidden, because I'll tell you why it is not. It is hidden because most of them are not nourished. It's not nurtured. Okay, you are yourself, Farida. That's great. Mashallah. If you are able to identify, okay, Amra, great. If you are able to identify such students, just start thinking about this, and then you will be able to, once you start searching for it, you start hunting for it, your I would say your mind will start reflecting. You're able to identify them. Okay, that's how. Yes, mashallah, Amra is there. Now Hafiza understood, Shainaz understood. Great. Wonderful. Okay, that's wonderful. Now, can you think of these people? I don't know about if you're not aware of Edmund Hillary, then you may not be able to even know about Bear Grylls, but Menka Gandhi and Sanjeev Kapoor.
Chef.
They are good
Chef. Okay, Menka Gandhi is not a chef.
social activists. Yes.
Okay, but yes. I think she's brought one rule here about dogs.
Yeah. Animal
Menka
lovers.
Gandhi. Yeah.
Not to kill animals, the dogs especially.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Bear Grylls, I think I have seen him on Discovery.
Yeah.
Okay, Bear Grylls, yes.
He eats
Adventures.
whatever
Adventures
Adventurous.
with Bear
is
Grylls.
adventure.
Absolutely
Adventures
right.
with Bear
Right
Grylls.
They
guess.
belongs
Yes,
to
Fasil.
adventurous.
Yeah.
Yes. So you
Are
guessed
these
right.
naturalists? Are these people called naturalists?
Yes, absolutely right. You guessed it right. These people, they love nature. They are somewhere connected to nature. You might have seen Sanjeev Kapoor also. How, see, the chef or these people, they see to it that the potential of the nature is to be sustained. Okay, nature is to be sustained, and the way it has to be presented in a way that it doesn't lose any of its nutrients. That's how the chef does it, right? That's the art that the chef has. Understand this. So it may be Bear Grylls or Menka Gandhi, anyone for that matter. They have worked a lot on nature. Okay, so they like to have nature walks. They are able to identify different characteristics of nature, about animals, about soil. It may be anything for that matter. Some are very much connected to trees, some are very much connected to animals, some are very much connected to sky and the space. Some are connected to soil, underwater, many things. Okay, so it depends, like what exactly, maybe excavation and all that things are happening. You may be knowing about all this. So what kind of career opportunities can you think of in this regard? Can you think of anything here?
Archaeologist.
Okay, archaeologists.
They can come in the field of zoology, botany.
Absolutely right. Zoology, botany. Then
Scientists.
absolutely.
Mountaineering.
They can be the scientists based on few characteristics. Okay, not all. Yes, because they may
Botanic.
not be working, they may not be liking to work with chemicals. But yes, some kind of chemicals, they may be there, maybe for protecting, or to safeguard the animals or the fossils or something like this. If they have to do it, then they may do.
Environment.
Anything else? See, they have very good the sensory acuity, I would say. It's like, all the five sense organs, they are able to have strong sense, and they can, 1 minute, why is it not? Yeah, as you said, it's about, can you see the screen? Okay, yeah. Their sensors like taste, smell, everything, amazing skills they have in this. Can you think of any children here like this, who are always telling, I want to go out, look at the flower, mama, mama, look at this, ma'am, see this worm, see this new thing, they are excited to know about ants. One small ant, why ant is falling down, it doesn't hurt, it's not hurt. Doesn't it get hurt when you throw the ant down? What will happen if it falls down? What will happen to the honeybee? These things are they are curious to know about it. Children, have you all seen such children? 90% children are actually naturalists. We don't give them that platform. How many of you agree to this? By birth, Almighty has given everybody this intelligence. That's why He has told so many times in the Quran also that look into the nature and try to understand, try to find me, try to find me. You can find me in the nature, right? But did we ever try to give that platform to them? I'll see later. Yes, and how many of them later likes vegetables? They don't like vegetables when they reach the age of 6 or 7. Why? Why? Why they don't like? We never nurtured it. We never showed them. We never told them that this is something, this is the way you have to eat. This is something that we have. This is the blessing. Why this is good. All these things are not at all expressed, and not at all it has been explained to them. Okay, mercy on cat. Yes, pets. People don't like pets these days. Nowadays, even if you keep pet at home, it is, researchers have told that even pets are into anxiety. You know why? Pets are also into anxiety. Veterinary hospitals are filled with these, it is passed on. Our anxiety, stress is passed on to the pets. Can you imagine that? This is the latest report. We don't know how to treat our pets. Understood? That's how you have to understand that by birth, by default, actually children have got all the skills. This particular skill is by default, they have got it, provided we hardly give them the chance to explore. Had there been, I always tell, had there been binoculars, or maybe magnifying lens instead of a pen or a pencil or a crayons, things would be so different. Children would go and search everything with the binoculars, and maybe they are trying to see what is there in the fingerprint. Mama, what is this? How this this palm has got these lines, and they see the magnifying lens. Through the magnifying lens, if they see so many things, it would have been amazing experience for the child. But at the age of 3, we start pumping them with all kinds of pen, pencil, erasers, and scales. Right? Whatever they ask, we as a parent, we say how many questions you will ask. Absolutely. Report says, Shainaz, that a genius child. If you want your child to become a genius, he should minimalistically, a minimum question that the child should ask per day is, can you expect how many? No. Can you expect how many questions the child should ask in a
100.
day? 100 questions. Are we able to bear that?
No, not at all.
Imagine 100 questions a day. It should be 70 actually. 70 questions person should ask every day. And without uttering a single word, we have to answer it. If we wish our children to be independent, if we want our children to be genius. But what do we do? What do we do? Tell me. Third question, I would say maximum 4 questions. Shut your mouth and just sit here. Enough.
Sit. Don't irritate me.
How many questions? Shut your mouth. They are enough. This is too much. I know all these excuses. Whenever you hold a book, you start with your questions. You're bombarding with all the questions. Now sit here. Huh, finish. This is what we do.
Yeah.
Mama, why is that auntie so small and we are so big? Did we ever talk about this tiny things in huge, enormous size? We never told about it. We had no time, ma'am. So when we have no time, or we are impulsive at times, great. That's I would say the scenario these days, right? Maximum. We all have lack of patience. Yes, that's what we have. Imagine talking to people, being very natural. This is the natural intelligence has to be nurtured a lot, actually, so that the child physically also will be fit. He is able to eat whatever he eats, also he feels and he eats it. That's the difference now the chef has got. Mangalore is very famous now.
Ashik.
Muhammad Ashik has won the Master Chef, right? Now we are able to go and see, how he is, how he is garnishing the food and everything. If you have been there, I don't know. If you have been to his restaurant, the newly opened restaurant, and when I was in a queue when I went, it was like, oh my God, it was like I didn't have any other choice. I had to go because my younger son was not allowing me to sit. So I had to go there. No other way out. He had kept his autograph book also ready. Whenever Ashik comes, I have to. And he started dreaming also. He got 2-3 times dreams also. Then I had to go. No other choice. But then there he understood. Oh, this is a pulp and how to take the pulp and then create a juice out of this. And they started, oh, this has to be churned into a juice machine. In this machine, and then they do it. Mama, this is great. Then prawns, how is this, mama? How this is happening? All these things started asking more questions. It's all because they are curious to know about nature. See, Almighty has given that gift actually. Everybody has got this. When you were a child also, you might also have come across such scenarios where your parents have denied answering to you. How many questions you're asking? Even I used to ask the centipedes and they've got these lines. Why, mama? Why those lines? It looks like a train. Why it is like this? And why it swirls? Okay, later on we understood defense mechanism, all that it works and how it works and everything. But nobody told us, right? So nature is one way where you can explore so many things, but we hardly try to understand it. We hardly try to understand. Okay, so there are a lot of opportunities if the person is into natural intelligence. There are a lot of opportunities a child can pursue. See here, he can become a plant scholar, an archaeologist, animal scholar. There are, if you talk about these, I would say the new age careers, There are a lot many things. You know, they can become even in the museum. They can have a museum of their own. Okay, they can have a museum. They can think about their own way of reservations, like how to preserve these kinds of the fossils or this um, the I would say something that is excavated, from after so many years, it is for decades later when we excavate things and you get it. How do you preserve these things? All that thing, there are so many things that the person can have. So animal protection, environment researcher, documentary producer. Okay. Yes. A weather research. Yes. A courtyard designer. Courtyard designer again is one more a new age career. Courtyard, I don't know if you know about it, like how the external outlook of a building or any other, the construction or any maybe a house or an apartment, how it looks like. So everything that has to be designed, and you have a lot of scope here. So this is usually what we have about MI. So you have logical intelligence, visual intelligence, intrapersonal. Intrapersonal means about your own feelings, about your own self, okay, your own understanding. About verbal or linguistic, musical intelligence, interpersonal or different people, talking to different people and understanding them. Kinesthetic people or bodily intelligence and natural intelligence. This is all 8 intelligences that we have right now. Now, if I have to ask, as a teacher, which of these intelligences are nurtured a lot in the school? Can you tell me? Which of these are nurtured a lot in the school?
Physical,
Spatial, visual
logical, and
intelligence.
mathematical.
Physical intelligence is okay.
For
Physical or bodily intelligence is
Logical.
body,
Visual,
physical
verbal.
and mathematical.
visual is in
Logical.
visual
Verbal.
is, how do you say visual is emphasized?
By giving materials,
Okay. What kind of materials?
when we are having a Montessori children, like Montessori materials.
Okay. Montessori materials.
Yeah.
Okay, where exactly you can place all those things will be told. Yes. Okay.
Then verbal and linguistic.
Absolutely. Verbal and linguistic is used. Okay. What is emphasized?
Logical and mathematical.
Logical and mathematical
Mathematical.
are introduced here. Yes. Okay. So when I talk about this, I mean, can we say that logical and verbal intelligence or linguistic intelligence is highly emphasized? Can I say that?
Yes, ma'am.
If you agree
Yes,
with
ma'am.
this?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
What about the rest of the things? Visual, okay, partly I can say partial, that is given importance. How many of you, I don't mind me asking, how many of you punish your children in the classroom saying that you
No,
will
ma'am.
not have PT period? Come on, come on. No PT period. If anyone does this, I counter all of you. I will sue everybody.
But we give, ma'am, we just
Let
written
us,
them.
1 minute. Let us resume this discussion after the azan, please. Okay. Now come on. How many of you give this particular punishment to students saying that no PT period will be given to you? One child does a mistake in the class, the whole class will be punished. Okay.
Just threatening.
Only
ma'am.
one?
We give them both.
Only one?
Ma'am, then I sympathize and give them. Means
Okay.
of threatening this.
Okay, okay. Good, good. Anybody else?
I have never said that I will not give PT, but I have told them that if you complete my notes, one period of mine will be your PT.
Okay, one period of yours will be given for PT. Okay, great. Nice way to bribe. Very nice. Okay, anybody else? Anyone else here? Vinaya ma'am has not said this. No. Vinaya ma'am.
I was telling also, ma'am,
I
they'll be
had
going.
preschools, ma'am,
One at a time,
so
please.
there's no
I was
point.
asking Vinaya ma'am. Okay, now
We
just one
don't
Vinaya
spoil
ma'am
them
will
at
talk.
all. Yeah,
Pardon
I
me, I
had
didn't hear you.
I had preschool. Can't hear me? Okay, I had preschool, so we have no punishment at all. We just give them stars and chocolates kind of a thing.
Wow. I recommend everybody to read Well Done Parenting. How many of you read that book? Well Done Parenting.
Well done, Ben.
Not well done, it's whale. It's an animal, whale. Well Done
Okay.
Parenting. You want me to share that particular video, that book with you? I have a soft copy of that book because I am no copyright. It is, you know, our from the organization where I belong to. Yes, I'll drink it later. Okay. The organization that belong where I belong to, I've been given that particular thing to whoever my mentees are there. I can give it to them. Okay, that's registered, so I don't have any problem. Whoever needs it will ask me. I have the soft copy. I'll get it to you. Why? Because you start learning without punishing how you can get the things done. Well Done Parenting, and I want everybody to read this book. Seriously, it's like, just
Inshallah.
around 150 pages, but it's like a story. You feel like reading it the entire book within one go. You'll finish it off. I finished it within 2 days. You can do it, no problem. Okay, so just I'm telling you, just go and read it. And coming back to the bodily or kinesthetic, we hardly have children these days who play around at home. How many of you feel that children are not going to have any physical play at home these days? Hardly, even if they have one small park or something at home, maybe they may have a small book or in a small place where they may go around, but not the way as we used to have when we were young, right?
That's true.
The outdoor games and everything. How do you expect your children's, your students' mental growth and physical growth when it's not even, they are deprived of this physical games as well? Any productive punishment is okay, but I highly recommend that you don't abstain children from going into PT. And that threatening also will not work. It will be again, I don't think it may create a kind of rivalry or that particular grudge in you, but children will start disrespecting. Children they'll stop liking you. Why will a child listen to you? Whom do you listen to the most? Imagine I give punishments. How will you come? Will you come the next day? You will never come. Why? Punishment, nobody likes. And you will not like me also. When adults don't like punishments, how can we expect our children to like punishment? Avoiding punishment is mandatory. I recommend this. Okay. So giving some other constructive things can do it. Get them into some more activities. You tell them, like how Basma said, I will give you an extra time if you do this. Rather than telling, if you don't do this, I will not give you. This is a negative statement, disempowering statement. Transform that statement into something productive. If you do this, then we will be giving this. Again, that is a bribe. That is a bribe. But to an extent, you can do that instead of doing this. Surprise gifts will be given. Surprise gifts will be given. If you say that, children will start doing certain. something very productive, and at the same time it should be innovative. Something new should happen in the school, in the classroom, so that child feels, okay, today something is new and I have to get into the class. It's the same old man. Ah, yes, assalamu alaikum. Come, everybody, sit here. What is there now, everybody? Come. The same thing if you say, nobody likes. Nobody will listen to. Started. And if it's a teenager, they'll start even commenting from behind, or they may start writing in the chit and passing it on to their friends, as we have done it, right? I put it in the bracket or inverted commas, native. We have also done this, and we expect our children to be, oh, very ideal people. We are very studious. That's what we pretend, right? All of you, am I pricking your hearts? Yes. I'm blunt to teachers. I'm not like this with parents, okay? I'll tell you, I mean it. But with teachers I am, because I know. I tell the students I'll give ice cream, and you gave them. Very good. They're waiting for my class. Yes. Ice cream. Yes. Great. That's very good, Tasneem Aman. Great initiative. They start calling you ice cream, and they'll remember it. That's what I said. We should be somebody to transform, right? The changes should happen from within, so that this ma'am is the one who made me write things on my own. That ice cream gave me something that that boosted me, or it brought that spirit in me to write. Something like that should happen, rather than everybody the same kind of dialogue what children have got to say. Teachers, oh yeah, they start coming and yelling. Listen from this, leave from the other. That's it. We also used to do the same. Don't care. Yeah. Who cares about her? Yeah. It's all right. The same thing is happening even in the house. Mama is shouting, screaming, and yelling. The same thing. Yeah, everyone. It goes from this and it comes out from here. Now this will not happen, because I'll tell you, we all know that the education system is not nourishing all these qualities here. We have to see to it as teachers how the intrapersonal and interpersonal skills are visualized, and I mean that has to be nourished or nurtured. Naturalist intelligence has to be nurtured, and musical intelligence can be nurtured. Although I don't say that musical everybody are there into, but those who ever has got that, let them be in that particular field. Okay, that's what we all have to understand. So this is what I have for today. In case you have anything to ask, you can get connected. I have my YouTube channel. I mean, two I have done, as you know. One is English, and the other one I have exclusively created one recently for my local language people who want to get into parenting and all that, for that, just for that sake. And you can also get connected. I mean, those who are into the higher students, like higher grade students, if you are dealing with like 8th, 9th, 10th standard students, if you want to have career opportunities, you want to know more about that, or you want to get connected, that also can be done. So this is how I get connected, and I want collaborations also. Like if you feel like these insights, whatever I have shared, you feel that this can be shared with your team or your colleagues, you want that to be there, I can do that as well. Once again, we can have just, if for example, if Reshma ma'am wants your all the teachers to be only for you, I should take these kinds of programs so that your teachers, everybody can connect and mingle, and you can ask doubts. Then we can have separate sessions for different schools like this. Okay, along with parents also, I do this for parents, teachers, and children all together. Along with these books also, I give them books, and I do all these things. So in case you want to get connected, you can get in touch with me, and let us have that kind of collaboration where we all can grow well. Ultimately, what my goal is, our children should not be the sufferers. They are the silent sufferers, I believe. When for no fault of theirs, just imagine, for no fault of theirs, they are suffering. this, from a very young age, they are not able to express. It's not their fault, right? It's our mistakes, and because of these, even when we are not able to ponder into their needs and their, mostly I don't say the physical needs, but the psychological needs are not understood. We neglect that, we ignore. Most of us are not aware of it. So let us learn in depth what exactly we need to know. So inshallah, in the next particular session, very soon I will be conducting a session on 4 P's. As I mentioned in the group also, most of them wanted to learn about personalities, 4 personalities. How many of you here want to know about it? If you want to know about personalities, 4 different personalities, I can again give you the same kind of training on 4 personalities, and we will be giving you the certificates also for free. Don't worry about it. Okay. So my main purpose is, you understand this, and then I have done this mistake. I already have gone through so many things, and I don't want others to have this, repeat this mistake again. Got it? That's the main intention. So what I want is, try to understand each and every student of yours, to which category they belong, and then you try to take care of them as a second mother, rather than having that discrimination. I don't say that we are not selfless, but I see that I can feel that we are not as we had our teachers earlier. When we compare ourselves to our teachers, they were selfless. I mean, more selfless, I would say, right? Nowadays, it's like, river Ganga flows. It starts from Himalayas, and it stops in between, and then it is told that once I get my salary, then I'll tell where it is flowing next. That is how we are right now. Most of us. Why I'm telling this, because when I was a principal, I realized some of them doing all these things, and I used to consider that, okay, yes, because they were paid less, maybe that's why they feel that, okay, they were competent and they are paid little lesser, and that's why they do all this. But later on I realized, no, that's not the matter at all. Actually, matter is something different, which I can't tell now. I can't disclose all that here. Okay. But had there been a chance that I was able to recognize these 4 personalities, I would have been dealing with these teachers differently. Understand this. I realized it. If I knew about each and every student in that personality trait, how she is, and what that student was like, I would have treated them differently. Got it? And I'm really lucky to have these young teachers here, like Basma, Shainaz, and Taslima. I feel even Ashura, very young teachers whom, you can create a lot of changes here. Got it? That's why I feel that get into it, get in touch. Let's create a new world wherein we will not be sticking on to this contemporary, whatever we have right now, this conventional, the way that people have brought in. We don't want to do all those things. We want to create some changes here, right? So Vinaya ma'am, which institution you belong to, Vinaya ma'am? You're on mute.
Okay, I had 3 preschools, SCS preschools.
Okay, yeah, SCS.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the sessions right now, the 2 day session? How did you feel about what?
I love them. Really, really good. A lot of interaction. So I like that about the session. It's not just rote clear learning. It was nice.
Any new
You get to know the point of view of many others as well, right? So
yeah, and what is it that you want? Any takeaway that you got out of the session? What is that takeaway that you will start implementing in your career?
Yeah, I think I will implement this a little more strongly in my group now. Okay, more than just going with anything else. I want them to identify the intelligence of the children and then go ahead. Yeah, so that's something I will implement
Great.
ASAP.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yes.
you, ma'am. Thank you. Wonderful session.
Yes, thank you. Anybody else would like to share anything about the session? And whoever wants the next session also, like the 4 personalities, just let me know. I will be adding a poll there in the group. Just write about that, or you can just participate in the poll. Okay, anybody else would like to tell about the 2 day session, how it went on, and what have you learned about this? Anything new you have learned, or it was just simply, I didn't get anything insightful here, or you felt that it's just a waste of time?
No,
What is it?
ma'am, it's actually a great session, ma'am. It's not at all waste of a time. And I can say that rather than focusing on only on subjects, like only on scores, as you said, it's better to implement everything. It's good to like I can understand the student, like in which category they are, and I can prioritize that rather than only on focusing on the scores, what they are getting. Inshallah, ma'am, I wanted to implement everything in inshallah. I want to implement.
Great.
And
Mashallah.
Jazakallah khairan, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. You know what do you mean by Jazakallah means? I'm just telling Vinaya ma'am. Jazakallah means may Allah reward you.
I reward you. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
it's like may Allah reward you. That's it. That's just a Arabic version. Okay. Anybody else would like to ask, share? Nobody?
Ma'am, is it possible to keep at some other time? I feel the time is very difficult.
Okay,
No.
timings are difficult, Farida. Okay, I understand. I understand. In the month of Ramadan, again, it is quite difficult. I'll not be doing this in the month of Ramadan at this time, inshallah. I will be definitely seeing to it that somewhere in the morning I can shift. But teachers, I did this only for teachers exclusively, because I know that they are all busy in the morning. And yesterday I was
Morning, ma'am.
severely having my stomach pain. I don't know why I got this, and I was not able to come out of the bed the entire day. Okay, I thought at least till 6 I was okay. I'll see. If I'm okay, then I can see to it, but somehow I was not able to. Okay. So this also I will see to it. I'll be adding the poll, and we'll see we can fix a time for 4 Ps, which is a right time. Okay. When are you all available in the evenings? Maybe 4:30 or something, around 4.
5:30 to 5. Like that, 4:35.
2:30, I don't think teachers are here, dear.
4:30.
Teachers have got their duties, right?
Yes, ma'am. It will be
4:35.
difficult, ma'am.
Yeah, it is difficult for teachers to be here at 2:30, because sometimes at 3 they'll leave, and
4:30, ma'am.
4:30
Not 4:30.
is better, right? 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay. 5 again. Yeah, 5 to 6:30 we can do.
Yeah,
Prayer
5 to
time
6.
will not be interrupted. Okay, 5 to 6:30 also would be fine.
Yeah, that will
Is
be a
that
good
okay,
option.
Farida?
Yes, it is a good option, Sama.
Okay. 5 we can do. Okay, I'll see to it. Okay. Shall we wind up? You have anything to ask? Any doubt?
And thank you very much for this
Your
session.
Yes, Reshma ma'am.
Thank you.
Tell me. I think Reshma ma'am was the first one who joined
Yeah,
my way to
first,
educate,
yeah.
the program which I had done for teachers, right? Yes, that was also an extensive program. Now the same Elevate to Educate is refined, and now it has become again, few more hours I have added, and then almost it is 2 days program now. Entire day. I mean, I don't give it like 1 hour session. It's 2 entire days I have the program. So we have evolved now. It's not like the previous ones, just 6 hours we had last time. Now it is 12 hours. Okay. So anybody is interested, you can ask your, your institution in what ways
I'll
we
get back to you, ma'am. I'll discuss with ma'am, admin ma'am. I'll ask with
Yeah,
teachers
yeah,
and get back.
yeah. I know her. Yeah, inshallah. Anything else? Okay. So with this, we would like to wind up. I had lovely audience with me. Thank you so much for being here. Just 2 days, I really had a wonderful time with all of you. May Almighty bless all of us and see that we can take care of our kids or our new generation in a better way and take it forward.
Inshallah.
Let the spiritual, this life be the source of light to all our students, right? And thereby we can get some rewards even in the grave when we enter our graves also, right? When they are doing certain things, that's what we believe. Sadaqah Jariyah, we believe. May Almighty accept all these. And again, in the month of Ramadan also, do keep praying for me and my mother, my father, my family members also. Yes? With this, I would like to wind up the session. Goodbye, everybody. Assalamu
Thank
alaikum.
you.
Walaikum salam. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much once again.
Thank you.